Hey everybody, it is Romania Black, and we are going to read Hanako-Kun Volume 6 today. So if you haven't watched my recap of Volumes 1 through 5, I've included a link down below, so you can watch that down there. But yeah, so I really like Hanako-Kun, and Season 1's over. I don't know when Season 2 is coming out, and so I decided that I wanted to catch up with the manga. And I've reached a certain point where I think we're getting to where the anime ends and the manga keeps going. So there is one segment of the anime that the manga has not touched upon yet, which is the Hell of Mirrors, which was leading up to the season finale. I'm assuming if not in this volume, it's going to be in the volume after this. We're going to start on chapter 26 today, and what I want to do is just do one volume per video. So we're going to go over volume 6. I think there's 5 chapters in this volume. I did look ahead, and there's 71 chapters currently as I'm recording this. So my goal is maybe every other week to do a video out of our volume catch-up, and then hopefully, unfortunately, once we get to where the manga is caught up, then we'll have to wait a little bit, but that's okay. In the meantime, though, I love this series. It's creepy, it's cute, the art style is beautiful, and the story has gotten really, really good. I wanted to note that I didn't talk about this in the manga catch-up, but I noted that as I'm about to start this volume 6, that with our characters, we have Akane that we found out is an apparition. It's hinted around in the anime, but they don't confirm it. It's confirmed here in the manga, and he is protecting Aoi, who is someone he had a crush on and basically sacrificed himself to save by becoming an apparition. And so there's a really cool parallel, I think, between Aoi and Akane and Mitsuba and Ko. Because Mitsuba, his unfinished business was getting the photo of his friend, which was Ko, and Akane's unfinished business that he's doing through this contract is protecting Aoi, which he will do until he graduates. So there's this really cool notion about these apparitions and unfinished business, especially if they were human, what they still have to do. And that ties back to when Hanako tells Teru way back in chapters 9 and 10, I can't be exorcised yet, there's still things I have to do. So he has unfinished business as well. We just don't know exactly what that is. So maybe it's getting rid of Tsukasa. Who knows? But anyway, so I like this idea of these apparitions and unfinished business, things they still have to do, and what that means. So I think that's really, really interesting. But yeah, so I'm really, really curious. Chapter 25, we ended with Akane and Hanako kind of forming this haphazard alliance. They're like, okay, we need to stop Mirai, who's the ghost of Christmas Future, who is the ghost of basically the apparition controlling the future, who's speeding up time and making everybody old and just running amok. So they agree to team up, and that's kind of where we start with this. So yeah, we're going to start volume 6 here and go through it. I'm really excited to read this with y'all because I know when we get to Hell of Mirrors, I'll know what to expect. But until then, this is all new to me. So I pulled it up here and saved it. I love this volume cover. I love how different Akane looks in his apparition form. Like, he looks like such a nerd in the anime. And then when he takes the glasses off and has this like little rat tail hanging out here, like, he just looks really cool, and I love his design. He's what I wish Mitsuba had been in the anime when he becomes one of the apparitions. Like, he's what I imagined Mitsuba looking more like. He's more distinguished. Mitsuba looks like a hot mess. But then again, Tsukasa kind of helped make Mitsuba into an apparition, so it makes sense that he looks like a hot mess. Because Tsukasa is as well. But yeah, I really, really like this. This cover design for volume 6. It's really cool, and they both kind of look intimidating. Well, you know, Hanako is Hanako. So let's scroll down here. Oh, cool. I like we have all the apparitions so far. We've got Masaki, we've got Shichikomori, Mirai, they're on Akane's shoulders. I like that we have our ones here. The Clock Keepers, Part 4, Part 5, Searching, Part 1, Part 2, and Reach Out Your Hand. So, no Hell of Mirrors yet, so I'm guessing that's going to be Volume 7, maybe? I'm like, I can't imagine they cut out too much extra story other than the Clock Keepers and moving the Little Mermaid and Teru around. Another thing I'm wondering, too, is if Teru is going to get involved in this, because in the anime opening, Teru and Akane were showed together, and I was wondering if maybe that was the animators trying to hint at that and just giving us little hints without showing us. So, this volume! I know why. Okay, I know why they've left the Clockkeeper story for season 2 if they do a season 2, because that's a revelation. Oh my gosh. So, yeah. Yashiro's gonna die in a year. And that's our time frame. I I poor Ko. Poor Ko's already lost Mitsuba, and we know what he's gonna have to deal with the Hell of Mirrors if you watch the anime, and that was hard enough, but Ko also having to deal with the fact that his friend only has a year to live, and there's nothing you can do to change that. But we don't know how she dies or what causes it. And I don't think that we should know that, but I'm wondering if it has something to do with Tsukasa or anything else that maybe it can be changed. Because, I mean, we've established Hanako has changed the future. He's been the only one to do it, but he's done it. So, maybe it can be done? Like, the stakes of this series just got huge because Yashiro's on a time clock. Literally. Like, she's only got a year left. Supposedly. Man, that raised the stakes of this whole series so much. And it makes so much more sense now why Hanako's like trying to protect her, and why in the Hell of Mirrors he's so adamant about protecting her. Like, it makes a lot more sense now because all that's come out in the open. The fact that Teru knows she's on borrowed time is interesting. The fact that Akane knows. And then poor Ko. I've said this in the anime that I don't know how people ship. I mean, I'm sure people ship Hanako and Yashiro. Like, I'm sure that they do. But honestly, I'm kind of torn because on the one hand, like the kiss scene where she gives him a kiss to cheer him up, like, that's so sweet. And as much as I like Hanako and Yashiro together, I'm like, Yashiro's still alive. We want to keep her that way as long as possible. But I kind of like this setup of Ko, like, being her knight in shining armor. Like, Ko is going to try to save her. And I like the idea of Hanako cheering him on. Hanako's like, no, I want you to do this. I hope you can do this because I want to save her too. It's kind of like Hanako, in reality, if she didn't have this whole issue of dying in a year, she wouldn't be able to be with Hanako anyway. Like, she's alive and he's dead. But she could be with Ko. I mean, and then they're both spiritually aware, so she could be with Ko and still see Hanako. Oh my gosh, you guys. That blew me away. Like, just that whole revelation. And now it makes so much more sense why Ko's so on board with protecting her, why Hanako's so on board with it too. Like, it all makes so much more sense. And Tsuchika Mori's in on it because he obviously knows her. He can see her. He has her book. Guys, this was amazing. If this is leading up to better things, then oh my gosh, like, at the moment that we saw older Ko, I'm like, I need this animated now. But that whole reveal that she can't get older because it's just not possible is, oh my gosh, there's so much. This was so good, y'all. So good. I hope you all enjoyed that because that was an amazing volume with so much revealed. And we still have, so we're going to do Hell of Mirrors next volume, and I'm assuming it's going to take up the whole volume, which is fine because I want to still read volume 7 because now that we know what we know from the Clock Keepers, I'm wondering if things will be added into this Hell of Mirrors story that will alter things and make things a little bit more cohesive and add a little more depth to the story, because obviously in the anime they couldn't have anything tying to the Clock Keepers because it would reveal too much. So I'm really curious what all we get added to that. And plus it's co-angst with Mitsuba, so of course we gotta read it. But this was fantastic, y'all. I'm so excited reading this series now. I am so glad y'all are watching. Next video, I'll post it, not this coming week, but the week after next. We'll start with chapter 31 and read volume 7, but oh, Hanako, you did it again. So I hope you all enjoyed this reaction. Please feel free to comment down below. Please no spoilers, but I hope you all have a wonderful week. Stay safe, take care, and I'll be back again soon with more Hanako-Kun. Bye.